Hello friends, and welcome to day 20 of my 30-day YouTube challenge. I can't believe it's already been 20 days. I actually can't, I don't know. It's been a good 20 days, and I had 10 more days, and then I'm trying to decide what would be a good day of the week to film regularly on or to post regularly on. I'm trying to decide if like Wednesday, not Thursday, Thursday's a bad day, maybe Friday, maybe Tuesday, maybe Monday, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out and just sort of see, in doing this, I've seen what days I'm more likely to want to film and want to post. Mondays and Wednesdays probably. We'll see. We'll figure it out. So today's prompt, I had totally abandoned all the 30-day YouTube challenge prompts. Today's prompt is talk about a vacation. Talk about a vacation that you've been on. Talk about a vacation that you want to go on. Talk about your dream vacation. So I figured today I would give you the rundown of our vacation to England in June. So what we did in June, the end of June, we went to southern England and we went to something called Tank Fest. There is a military base and museum in southern England in Bovington, and the museum is called the Tank Museum, and the last weekend in June for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday they have something called Tank Fest. And my husband had really wanted to go because he's super into tanks, and I'm like, do I really want to? And then I was like, okay, if I get to spend a week in England, I will go to Tank Fest with you. So we got an Airbnb and we flew from Kansas City to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Manchester, United Kingdom, even though we were going to southern England, we flew to Manchester, and then from Manchester we flew to Southampton, and then took the train to Wool, where our Airbnb was, which was 2 miles from Bovington, which is where the museum is. The airport in Manchester, we did not realize that we were going to have to go through domestic security, and we almost missed our flight. We were running through the airport, and we heard them call our names on the overhead, and we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna miss our flight. And then I pushed in front of a bunch of people, and I accidentally cut in line, and I didn't realize there was a line, and some guy corrected me, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. And then I got in line just behind him, so I had actually cut in line in front of a bunch of strangers. There was probably much tutting to be had behind me, but and then we finally made it onto our plane, and I was out of breath and I wanted to cry, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. So from then on, no layover less than 3 hours, ever. I don't even care. Actually, if it's in the country, fine, whatever. But internationally, no layover less than 3 hours. Tip number whatever. Seriously. Anyway, then when we got to Southampton, we took the train to Wool, and our Airbnb hostess, her name was Jenny. She was so nice. Oh my goodness, she was nice. She met us at the train station, and we slept for hours. Oh my gosh, so jet lagged. And she drove us to the museum the first day. She offered to drive us to and from the museum every day, which was really nice. So Friday we went to the museum, and it was a preview day, so it was a stage rehearsal day for their outdoor stuff. They had reenactments, which was really cool. That's all I really wanted to see. I was like, I don't care about the tanks, but I want to watch reenactments. So they had their like stage rehearsal for their reenactments and then like preview stuff, and you could go in and they had lots of different tanks, and please don't ask me what they are because I like even before we went there I was like, I can identify that this vehicle is a tank. And that's it. That's all I got. And so there was World War I stuff there, and there was World War II stuff there, and there was like modern like Afghanistan stuff there, and it was really interesting. I don't remember anything that we learned, but the reenactments were really cool, and we got to go inside the conservation area where they have all the tanks that they're still working on, like lined up and stored, and it was pretty interesting. Saturday, so Friday we got done and we walked back to the town we were staying in, just because I was like, it's not that far, let's just walk. So we walked, and then Saturday morning, the bus that was supposed to take all of the tourists and all of the event goers to the event had broken down at the bus stop, like 10 feet away from the bus stop. They were like, the guy that we were talked to at the bus stop was like, yeah, look, it's right there, it's leaking oil and it's broken down. And we're like, okay, cool. So we just walked again, and everybody that was getting off the train in Wool was like just walk. It was like a herd of people. I called it what did I call it? The Tank Fest migration. So that was fun. So we walked again, and then we took the bus back. Like the bus was working by the time the day was over. And that was the day that we sat outside to watch all the reenactments, and they had parachuters or paratroopers and everything. And it was what they said was the hottest day in the UK ever to that point. And there was no clouds in the sky. I got a sunburn on my scalp, like in the part of my hair. Like, oh my gosh, it was the worst thing. We had sunscreen and we like slathered it on, but we still got burned pretty badly. And then Sunday, our hostess drove us back up there and then back down. And Saturday night was when I lost my passport. I've already talked about that. And I was like freaking out because like they couldn't help me because it was the weekend and there wasn't anybody there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Oh, so Sunday we got everything settled that we were gonna do in London, and then we had to go and we went back to the museum for Sunday's stuff, and then we ended up, she drove us there, and then we ended up taking the bus back, so we didn't have to walk at all on Sunday. Monday, we went to London, and again, I had been telling all of my friends, like, we're not going to London, we're not going to be in London, like, don't ask me to see things in London, we're not going to London. We had to go to London, and we got off the train station at Waterloo, and we got off the train, and then we took a taxi to the US Embassy, and we had to go through security there, and we had all of our stuff. Like, we brought carry-ons, we brought backpacks, and we had all of our stuff that we brought to England with us, like, have to go through security at the embassy. Like, oh my gosh, that wasn't very fun. And then we got in, and then they had us take, like, I had to fill out the forms, like the lost passport form and the re-application and all of that stuff. And then they said, okay, go around the corner and there's like a photo booth, a pay photo booth, and you can pay and it'll take your picture. And so I was like trying to like line my face up in this stuff, and my face was two different colors because I was sunburned really bad, but I had been wearing sunglasses, so like I had the raccoon stuff going on. And the picture it said, oh, this picture is not acceptable for passport standards. And so it said you have 2 tries remaining, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I tried it 3 different times, and finally it was like, okay, just pick a picture, but your picture might not be compatible with standards. I'm like, are you serious? So I finally picked one, and my husband looked at it and went, you look so annoyed. Like this is more than RBF. This is like pure rage at the camera. And I was like, I am annoyed that I have to do this and that none of my pictures, it's probably because my face is 2 different colors and it doesn't like that. Oh. So we finally got my passport and we went to go leave the embassy, and I tried to call an Uber and the Uber app wasn't working. Like, it denied my card because I had told the credit card companies that we were going to be in England, but Uber is based out of, was it Sweden or the Netherlands or something? And it was like, nope, it denied. And so we walked another 2 miles from the US Embassy back to Waterloo train station, and then got to our hotel on the airport property that we were going to stay at, so that we could take our airplane back from Southampton to Manchester in the morning. Well, us being good travelers, we showed up at like 2 hours early at this airport in Southampton, you know, because like you're supposed to do that. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning and we're like already at the airport. Airport's closed. Like, it's a small airport. There's nobody there. The doors are open. We got checked in and we got our tickets and everything, but like we were the only people in the airport for an hour and a half. So we get on the plane and we go to Manchester, and then we go through, we didn't really have to go through security again because like we're already there. And so we had plenty of time, even like going through, customs coming back into the United States. We had plenty of time, but since the temporary passports that I had, the temporary passport doesn't have the little chip thing in it, I had to go stand in this line. I had to talk to a border agent. He was, okay, so my video stopped, my camera stopped. I think my camera battery is dying. So anyway, we went to Atlanta, we landed in Atlanta, and then we went back to Kansas City, and that was it. I'm going to the Philippines in May, so I'll post about that too. Thank you for sticking with me for 20 days. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.